USWNT crushes Germany 4-1 in second match of Paris Olympics. The U.S. women's national team is now sitting quite comfortably atop Group B after a commanding 4-1 win over Germany on Sunday. Following a few nervy minutes to open the match, which saw a turnover by captain Lindsey Horan nearly end and a goal for Germany in the 4th minute, forcing Alyssa Naeher and Tierna Davidson to combine for a massive save, the U.S. morphed into the dominant side that was absent at last summer's World Cup. Sophia Smith, who left the USWNT's first game against Zambia before halftime with an ankle injury, was back in the starting lineup and scored 2 goals in the first half. Mallory Swanson, who bagged a brace in the squad's opening match, scored her 3rd goal of the Paris Olympics. And Lynn Williams, who was initially named as an alternate but replaced an injured Catarina Macario on this roster, added the final one for good measure. Unfortunately for the U.S., Davidson went down with an injury minutes before halftime. She appeared to have knocked her knees on a German player and was slow to get up, though the broadcast later confirmed it was a lower leg injury, which is an encouraging update given Davidson recently recovered from a torn ACL. The veteran defender was able to walk on her own power to the locker room, but when TV cameras panned to her as Smith scored her 2nd goal, Davidson didn't look happy. The stalwart center-back has endured too many injuries in her career, so her status will be a key storyline to follow as the games continue. Here are takeaways from the match. Play of the game. In the 10th minute, the lethal trio of Smith, Swanson and Trinity Rodman were at it again, creating havoc in the final third. Rodman and Rose Lavelle combined for a 1-2 pass before Rodman drove toward goal and powered a dangerous ball across the box that Smith finished at the far post. This was Smith's first Olympic goal. The moment immediately gave the squad a boost after shaky opening minutes. And it was another example of Emma Hayes' influence on the front line. Smith was essentially invisible during last summer's World Cup. Under Hayes, her potential has been unleashed. Turning point, Germany equalized in the 22nd minute with a goal by Julia Gwynn, which was the first one the USWNT has conceded under Hayes, after an uncharacteristic lapse by Naeher. But 4 minutes later, the Americans responded. Smith showed off her strength by fending off a German defender before blasting a shot at German goalkeeper Ann-Katrin Berger. The ball bounced off the keeper's gloves and Swanson was there to tap in the rebound and give the U.S. its lead back. In the 44th minute, Smith scored again after ripping this one from distance. Her looping shot deflected off a German defender, hit the post and then bounced inside the goal line to put the U.S. up 3-1 before halftime. Williams added another goal in the 89th minute to complete the convincing victory. Key stat: the USWNT has scored 7 goals in its first 2 Olympic Games, which is 3 more than it scored in the World Cup last summer. The U.S. tallied 4 goals in 4 games a year ago before it was eliminated from the tournament in the round of 16. What's next for the USWNT? The Americans face Australia in their 3rd and final group stage match on Wednesday, July 31st. The Matildas are coming off a thrilling 6-5 win over Zambia, in which Michelle Heyman scored the winning goal in the 90th minute. The U.S. couldn't be feeling any better about its chances in this tournament right now. Germany posed its first true test of the Hayes era as the toughest opponent in the Olympics group stage, and the squad rose to the challenge.